Hi guys, it's Annette, and you know I love personality quizzes. And I'm surprised I haven't done the cube test yet, but now here we are. The cube test is very visual. You have to use your imagination, so it's a fun one. It originates in Japan, and I'm just going to go through little scenarios. You imagine it in your head, and then I'll let you know what it says about your personality. I normally never wear black, so I feel a little awkward right now. Say hi to Jacob. Because I think it makes me look like a little bitchy and like evil and hard to approach. I just don't think wearing black matches my personality. So let's get started with the quiz. I'm going to explain you to picture stuff in your head, and you use your imagination and fill in the blanks. First, I want you to picture a field. It could be any type of field. It could be a desert. It could be a field where the grass is dead and dry. The grass could be healthy and lush. It could be a forest. It could be a jungle, whatever you want. Next, I want you to think about the cube. So now there's this huge field, and now there's a cube in this field. What does your cube look like? How big is this cube? Is it a color? What texture is it? Is it clear? Is it big as a house? Is it bigger than a house? Is it itty bitty bitty bitty? What does it feel like when you touch the cube? Like what is it made out of? And is it on the floor? Is it on the grass? Is it on sand? Or is it like floating in the air? Like this cube, it's your imagination. What does the cube look like? Now I want you to think about a ladder. How tall is this ladder? What is this ladder made of? And where is it in location to the cube? Is it next to the cube? Is it far away from the cube? Where is it in the field? Where is it in location of the cube? So just think of, so we got the field, the cube, and now the ladder. Next thing I want you to picture in your field is a horse. What color is this horse? Is it wearing a saddle? What is the horse doing in your field? Is it close to the cube? Is it far away from the cube? What is your horse doing? Next thing I want you to think about are flowers. There are flowers in this field. Of course there is. How many flowers are there? Where are they located? What kind of flowers? What color of flowers? Are they healthy? Are they dried? Next, I want you to think about there's a storm brewing. So in your field, a storm is coming. Where is it? Is it over the cube? Is it the whole sky? Is it in the distance? Are you afraid of this storm? Does it look like it's just in the distance and it's going to pass on by and not even come your way? Is it a little tiny rain cloud? What does this storm feel like? Does it feel scary, or does it feel like a little sprinkle that's going to pass? Now that we have a clear visual of our field and what everything looks like in a field, we're going to go over and explain what everything means. Now, just to let you know, I have done this on many of my friends, and some stuff doesn't match up with their personalities. And sometimes I think it's just because those are the friends that maybe taking inspiration from like maybe movies or video games or something that happened in their life. So if this doesn't match up with your personality, don't worry. Like, it's still just a fun test to take. So the field represents your mind and your personality. All right, I'm going to use a cheat sheet. If it's dry, then you feel pessimistic. If it's healthy, then you feel optimistic. If it's well trimmed, you are analytical and cautious. Okay, so the cube represents you and the size of your ego. The surface of the cube represents what is visible about your personality, or maybe what you want others to think about you. The texture of the cube, smooth, rough, bumpy, represents your nature. A smooth surface means you're a gentle person. You don't like making others feel uncomfortable. A rough is you are straightforward, tend to be honest in everything you say, no matter how it affects the person you're talking to. Bumpy, you have a tendency to criticize others and attempt to make others feel inferior than you. Oh my goodness, that's like everybody in my family. They compare themselves to everybody. All they do is gossip. They're really insecure narcissists. I don't even know how, I came from that family. Just kidding. If you got bumpy, who thinks of a bumpy cube? Come on. Okay, so let's go into the color of your cube meaning. If you chose red, you're physically active. If it's yellow, you're sociable and you cherish individuality. I can't say that. Blue, you are intelligent and respect other people's ideas. Gray, you are self-confident, independent, and not easily rattled. Black, you are a strong sense of individuality, independence, and you put high value on alone time. If it's white, then you're kind of independent, self-reliant. If your cube is transparent surface, it means you tend to let others know how you feel inside. You are confident enough to show your inner thoughts, and you deeply, sincerely know who you are inside. Most see you as that as well. Mine is clear. I am an open book. If your cube is made out of water or ice, it means that you are influenced by the elements. Your personality is sensitive to social pressure, relationships, and other environmental factors. If your cube is made out of metal or rock, it indicates that you have a solid integrity. Your personality is strong and cannot be bent or influenced by others. Now let's talk about the ladder. The ladder represents two aspects of your life, your goals and your friendships. First, let's look at what the ladder says about your goals. If it's short, your goals are realistic and simple. If it's long, your goals are more difficult to achieve. If it's near the box, then you're putting maximum effort in your focus and your goals and achievement. If it's far away, you aren't putting too much focus on it to achieve your goals. Mine is short because my box is kind of small. Like, I thought of a box like I can fit in, and I'm really small. I'm only 4'9". So that's like a medium-sized box you would move in with. And like the ladder's kind of short, leaning up against it. So I do kind of pick smaller goals for myself, but I always achieve them. Okay, I think now we're going to talk about the distance of the box. If it's near the ladder, then you have really close friends that you lean on. They're more like your support and family, which is so true. Obviously, I don't get along with my family that well, so my friends mean everything to me. If it's far away, you have a hard time opening up to people and letting them close to you. If it's a strong material, like if it's metal or wood, then you have a strong bond with your friends. If it's a weak material, it indicates you have a weak bond with your friends. Let's get into the horse. The horse represents your ideal partner. If the horse is playing, your ideal partner doesn't take life seriously and doesn't get bogged down in the little stuff. If it's running, your partner will respect you, respect your space, give you your alone time that you crave. If it's sleeping or grazing, your ideal partner is calm and full of commitment to you. If your horse is brown, you prize comfort, reliability above all else. If it's black, your partner is dominating and seductive. If it's white, you value loyalty, trust up above anything else in a relationship. My horse is calm, so my ideal partner is always committed to me. I also heard if your horse is wearing like a saddle and a bunch of stuff, then you like control in the relationship. But if it's not wearing any of that, then you guys are both individuals. My horse isn't wearing anything, but this is where your imagination might like float away, how you think of horses. My horse is like colorful and looks like my pretty ponies, my little ponies, because I freaking collected them growing up. And why wouldn't you think about a colorful horse? Maybe like a unicorn, just chilling. Let's talk about the flowers. The flowers represent your family and friends. The number of flowers reflect your popularity, and the location indicates how close you are to your social group. If there's just a few flowers, you are close to your family and have a small, tight-knit group of friends. If they're everywhere, you're a social butterfly with friends and family, too numerous to count. You'll never be alone. My field is healthy green grass with flowers everywhere, just because I love flowers in springtime, but they're not really close to the box. They're everywhere, but then like there's a little area, maybe a couple feet around the box or the cube that doesn't have flowers. Let's talk about the weather conditions of your field. So if it's raining, that symbolizes the problems in your life. The harder it rains, the bigger the problems. If it's foggy, you are uncertain about life and may be struggling with your identity. If it's windy, you tend to worry about future issues. Generally, don't let things get you down, though, for long. If it's sunny, you are optimistic and carefree. Of course, my field was full of flowers, green lush grass, and of course it's sunny. I love spring. I'm always happy go lucky. I always look at the positive side. I always try to be very optimistic. Okay, so the storm is how you deal with stress in your life. So let's see here. If it's mild and just passing, while you are immune to stress, you also know that all things shall pass. If it's really strong and it's right over your cube, when you stress, you go all in and you have a very hard time pulling yourself out. If it's in the background, like kind of far off in the distance, many obstacles that might be causing you grief are not in the forefront of your mind. You are good at managing your anxiety. My storm was in the distance and it was going to pass by and not even hit my cube. So I'm very optimistic, but at the same time, I've made this channel because I've always been big into self-development, mental health, self-help, because I am very anxious. I am a very stressed person. I look into the past too much. I look into the future too much. If you look into the future, you're anxious. If you look at the past, then you're depressed. It's really hard to keep everything leveled. So I'm surprised my storm was kind of far away, but maybe my meditation and breathing exercises my whole life has been paying off. I don't know. The cats are making a mess. And guys, can you please? I'm almost done. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm so curious to hear what you guys got in the comment. I want to know what your field looked like, what your cube looked like, and if it matched up with your personalities. Like I said, sometimes they aren't a good reflection because sometimes our imagination just comes from things we remember in like a movie or in our lifetime. Like the horse, I think that one threw me off just because I identify with a toy. So I can't picture just a regular horse for some reason. And I've been watching a lot of those repainting dolls on YouTube. I love those. When they repaint like the horses or like Monster High dolls, I can watch them for hours. Hope you guys are having a great holiday season. Liked it if you liked it. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you in the next one. Boy, 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 boy.